Okay, well, welcome to the first reflection of this season two. You've got to have faith. Um, and really, what we've got right at the very beginning of this story is Jesus going back to his hometown, and it's interesting to see what he thinks of them really, and what they think of him, because they take offence at Jesus. This is his hometown, and he was amazed by their lack of faith. But I suppose in some ways we expected there to be an offence, because it says this in Isaiah. Isaiah 53, verse 3 says this. This is describing Jesus. This is 700 years before his birth. Jesus would be despised and rejected, a man of sorrows, acquainted with deepest grief. We turned our backs on him and looked the other way. He was despised and we did not care. So that's an explanation of why Jesus is despised by his people, even by his, I suppose, by his childhood mates, even. When he does go back, there's another record of this, and it's of Jesus being in his hometown, and this is recorded by Luke. And he says, this is what happens. I'll read the whole thing. We'll see how we get on. When he came to the village of Nazareth, his boyhood home, he went as usual to the synagogue on the Sabbath and stood up to read the scriptures. The scroll of Isaiah, remember Isaiah, 700 years written before Jesus was around. The scroll of Isaiah the prophet was handed to him. He unrolled the scroll and found the place where this was written. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim that captives will be released, and the blind will see, and that the oppressed will be set free, and that the time of the Lord's favour has come. And he rolled up the scroll, handed it back to the attendant, and sat down. All eyes in the synagogue looked at him intently. Then he began to speak to them. The scripture you've just heard has been fulfilled this very day. Now, that is why many people took offense at him, because he was saying, actually, I am the Messiah that was spoken about. So that just helps us to think a little bit about that. We also have to respond in the same way as the people did, as his community did. We have to either accept this or reject this. We need to accept Jesus or reject him. That's why we are people of faith. So there you go. That's the first reflection of this season. Thank you so much for watching.